Hello everyone, welcome back to Eclectic. Alu, thank you so much for being here today, for subscribing and liking the videos. That helps a lot. I upload once a week, usually on Wednesdays, so please stick around, subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can get my videos. It's very cloudy outside, so I'm here beside my window, maybe so that you can have this greenery, and it's very calming. I think nature is great. So going back to the video, I received many messages and I think it started raining. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining. Okay, so here we go. So I received messages about the same issue, around the same issues, so I thought I would make a video about that and try to help you in that way. Maybe you can find it useful. Cognitive dissonance is a psychological concept that explains what happens when you have two different beliefs, two different attitudes, two opposing thoughts, okay? And you have two conflicting thoughts or two conflicting or opposite beliefs and attitudes towards one subject matter, and you have to make a decision behaviorally. So for example, in the case of narcissistic abuse, people that are in abusive relationships have these decisions to make where sometimes they feel bad, they don't feel well in this relationship or happy or fulfilled and respected even, and they are being abused, and so but they still stay in the relationship. And this is a very common thing that happens. This happens to everybody because it's the toughest decision you will ever have to make, one of the toughest decisions for sure, because being abused by somebody that is narcissistic implies that you are being gaslighted, that you are being lied to, that you are being extremely manipulated. So, and also you develop this traumatic bond where it's hard to leave the abuser because there are chemicals in the brain that sort of make you addicted in a way. It's sort of an addiction to the abuser because of this reinforcement with good and bad, the good and the bad reinforcement, and it's very complicated. I made a video about that. So it's very hard to leave this abusive relationship. So don't feel bad about this, because this happens to everybody that's in an abusive relationship. And so if you're thinking about whether you should leave this person up or not, that speaks very well of you, because sometimes people don't even have that idea, okay? They are so deep into the abusive relationship that they don't even know that they have the chance, that they have the right to make these types of decisions, okay? So starting with that, I thought I would give you 5 tips for reducing cognitive dissonance. The first tip I will give you is start journaling. Write the written word when you see it with your own handwriting is very, very useful, because you can see what happened. Write all the events that you feel are confusing, where you feel sad, angry, mistreated, disrespected, unseen, things that you cannot explain very well. Try to write them down and then have a look. Days pass and then you will have a lot written down. So you will have a look and then you will see, okay, this really happened, okay? Because narcissistic people tend to gaslight and lie and rewrite history and take a little bit of truth and then make it a big lie around that, and make it a lie basically, where most likely than not you are the guilty person there. So it ends always with it's your fault and you did things wrong and that's why things are this way. And so you end up feeling less than, with your self-esteem very low, and you zero assertiveness and always guilty, and that's what they want. They want you to feel that way. So writing down everything that happens that pertains to making this decision and to how you feel about that is very useful, especially when you don't understand what happened, what went wrong. When you don't understand really, that's the best moment to write, so that you can reread it later on and you'll start to see a pattern there, and that helps a lot. I can tell you for sure. And then, so journal, okay? And then I call this the better judgment list, where you start to list very short sentences like this happened, events, moments, feelings that you got because of events that happened, this or things that the abuser did to you. When it happens, you go and write it, and then you go back and you see it, and it's sort of, you forget, because this confusion, this cognitive dissonance, this traumatic bond doesn't help with clarity, okay? So go back to the list and write 10, 20, whatever, 5. Just write, this happened and this is how I felt. Try to assign a feeling to the event, and keep it short, because this is the list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not the journal where you write and write and write. Do so if you need it, and it's great because that helps you decide, okay? And then you will have this list. When you start doubting yourself, you look at that and what the abuser did to you, and you can see it. There's no other way that happened, okay? The other thing is just observe how you feel. Be mindful. Be aware of how you feel. Are you happy in this relationship? Are you feeling respected? Are you feeling unequal? Do you feel unequal? Are your needs taken into consideration? Do you feel you can have a normal conversation? Do you feel that that person will listen to whatever it is that you have to say, or is it all about the other person? Do you feel like what you feel is not right? Do you feel guilty a lot? Do you always worry about the abuser? Be mindful of how you feel. Normal relationships don't make you feel worried about the other person all the time. You're not walking on eggshells. You have the same amount of space, let's say. You have the right to occupy space as much as the other person. You have the same rights. You have to be seen by your partner, you have to have respect in any type of relationship. It could be romantic or also work relationship or in your job. Do you feel like you're not allowed, to have time for yourself? You're not allowed to express how you feel. So be mindful of that, and know that normal relationships, of course, involve respect, involve having the freedom to still pursue your interests, to continue doing your hobbies, to grow, do things that will help you connect with other people. Those are normal relationships, and not being isolated and not being reality twisted. Like abusers tend to change your reality a lot, which leads me to the fourth tip, which is try to meet with your friends once in a while, like weekly at least. Have a coffee, go for walks, and check in with yourself. See how you feel. Do you feel out of place, numb? Do you feel like you're different, like you're not the same person that you used to be? Do you feel like what your friends are talking about and experiencing and things that they're doing, it's like sort of something that is not your reality? Like you don't have the same rights as they do in their relationships? Do you feel like you are judging everything through the lens of the abuser, that the abuser changed your reality and you're not the same when you get together with your friends? Check in with that too. See how you feel. And then making hard decisions. Making hard decisions is a part of life. Maybe you thought you would never have to make this decision. You would never have to divorce. Maybe you thought you would never have to leave this job, quit the job, or end a friendship. Maybe you thought you would never have to make such hard decisions, but sometimes we do have to make them in order to evolve, to grow, to mature. And I can assure you it will be better than before with the abuser. That's for sure. You may not see it right now, but it's going to be better. I can assure you it's much better, and it's healthier, and it's freer, and it's colorful, and it's way better than being with the abuser, okay? Because it's unhealthy. That is a way of being killed slowly, because abuse brings illness, mental and physical illness. And especially if you are a parent, you have the responsibility to make this tough decision in order for them to grow at least with one healthy parent, where the parent will model good behaviors and be what they need, which is a parent that can bring them up and correct them and guide them. So if you are in this relationship where you're being drained, you're not you won't be able to do that. And so making these tough decisions is hard, but it's something that is required for you to be healthy, okay, and to stop the line, the let's say the inheritance of abuse, okay, because when they start seeing you are behaving in a very healthy way, that's how kids learn, children learn, through seeing the parent act, through behaviors. They don't learn because you're saying something, or saying you should do this, you should do that. They learn through modeling. What the parent does, that's what the kids do. It's not what the parent says, okay? So tough decisions are a part of life, but everything gets better after you make them, I can assure you. And if you make the right decision of leaving an abusive relationship, things will get much better. It's hard because you have to work on yourself a lot, but that's what you need. And it's great because you can overcome the abuse, you will get healthier, and it will be better. So okay, that's it for this video, and I hope I can see you in my next one. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.